Twins' two lives intertwined from the very beginning, carrying with them an air of mystery and power that has fascinated humanity for centuries. In myths and legends, they're not just siblings, they're symbols of duality, balance, and sometimes even conflict. Think of the cosmic dance of light and dark, creation and destruction, or strength and wisdom, often embodied by these extraordinary pairs. But why do twins appear so often in myths across cultures, from the Americas to Africa, from ancient Greece to the far reaches of Asia? What is it about their bond that makes them such powerful figures in our collective imagination? Today, we'll explore 25 of the most famous mythological twins and the enigmatic connections that define their stories. From gods and heroes to tricksters and creators, these pairs will take us on a journey through the heart of human storytelling, revealing secrets about balance, unity, and the forces that shape our world. Get ready to uncover the hidden meanings behind these legendary twins. You might just see duality in a whole new light. Twins have always held a special place in the human imagination, and mythology is no exception. Across cultures, twins often represent powerful dualities: creation and destruction, light and darkness, life and death. These pairs are more than just siblings. They are symbolic forces that reflect the balance and tension inherent in the universe. In some traditions, twins are seen as harmonious, embodying unity and completeness. In others, they are portrayed as opposites locked in eternal conflict, each one incomplete without the other. This duality can be found in the ancient Chinese concept of yin and yang, where light and dark coexist in a delicate, ever-shifting balance. But twins in mythology are far more than abstract symbols. They are characters with rich, often mysterious stories. Take, for example, the way twins are depicted in Greek mythology. They can be both creators and destroyers, bringing life to the world or unleashing chaos. In African folklore, twins are sometimes seen as sacred, blessed with supernatural powers, while in other tales, they are feared as omens of misfortune. This universal fascination with twins reveals something profound about how humans understand the world. We are drawn to the idea of balance, to the interplay of opposites that defines existence. And speaking of opposites, one of the most iconic twin pairs in mythology is about to take center stage. Their story is both captivating and complex, filled with intrigue and symbolism that will set the tone for the fascinating tales to come. But before we dive into their world, let's take a moment to appreciate just how deeply twins are woven into the fabric of myth and legend. Their stories remind us that duality is not just a concept, it's a fundamental part of life itself. Few stories in mythology capture the tension between unity and division as vividly as the tale of Romulus and Remus. Born as twin brothers, their lives were marked by both extraordinary fortune and tragic conflict. Their mother, Sylvia, was a Vestal virgin, and their father was none other than Mars, the god of war. But from the moment of their birth, their existence was threatened. Their great-uncle, Amulius, who had usurped the throne, saw the twins as a threat to his power and ordered them to be left to die on the banks of the Tiber River. Yet fate had other plans. A she-wolf, drawn by their cries, found the infants and nurtured them as her own. This wild, maternal figure became their protector, symbolizing the raw, untamed forces that would shape their destinies. Later, a shepherd named Faustulus discovered the boys and raised them as his own, unaware of their divine lineage. As they grew, Romulus and Remus became natural leaders, their bond as brothers unshakable until destiny intervened. When they learned the truth of their royal heritage, the twins set out to reclaim their birthright. Together, they overthrew Amulius and restored their grandfather to the throne. But their unity was short-lived. Deciding to found a new city, they disagreed on its location. Romulus favored the Palatine Hill, while Remus insisted on the Aventine. Unable to reconcile, they turn to divine omens for guidance. Remus claimed to have seen 6 vultures, a sign of favor, but Romulus countered with 12. The dispute escalated, and in a moment of rage, Romulus struck down his brother, becoming the sole founder of Rome. This violent act raises questions about the duality of their bond. On one hand, they were inseparable, raised by the same wolf and sharing a destiny tied to the founding of a great empire. On the other, their rivalry and ultimate separation reflect the fragile nature of unity, even among those bound by blood. The story of Romulus and Remus is more than a founding myth. It's a meditation on the forces that bring people together and tear them apart. Their tale also introduces a recurring theme in twin myths, the tension between harmony and conflict. Twins often embody this duality, representing both the potential for unity and the inevitability of division. As we explore other mythological twins, we'll see how this theme echoes across cultures, revealing deep truths about human relationships and the forces that shape our world. Among the most celebrated twins in Greek mythology are Castor and Pollux, collectively known as the Dioscuri, or sons of Zeus, yet their story is anything but straightforward. Castor was mortal, born to Leda and her mortal husband, King Tyndareus, while Pollux was immortal, the son of Leda and Zeus. Despite their differing fates, the bond between these brothers was unbreakable, a testament to the power of kinship that transcends the boundaries of life and death. Together, they embodied the perfect balance of mortal strength and divine immortality, a duality that would later be immortalized in the stars. Their adventures were legendary, from joining the Argonauts in the quest for the Golden Fleece to rescuing their sister Helen after her abduction. But it was their unyielding loyalty to each other that truly defined them. When Castor was fatally wounded in battle, Pollux, unwilling to exist without his brother, begged Zeus to let them remain together. Moved by Pollux's devotion, Zeus granted them a shared existence, alternating their time between the underworld and Mount Olympus. Eventually, they were placed among the stars as the constellation Gemini, forever linked in the night sky. This celestial transformation also marked their role as protectors of sailors, guiding ships through treacherous waters. Sailors would pray to the Dioscuri for safe passage, believing their light could calm storms and lead them to safety. The duality of their nature, mortal and immortal, earthly and celestial, reflects the mysterious connection between humanity and the divine. Their story bridges these realms, reminding us that even in the vastness of the cosmos, the bonds of brotherhood can endure. As we explore the lives of these legendary twins, their tale sets the stage for another pair whose story weaves together the threads of fate and destiny in equally fascinating ways. Apollo and Artemis, the radiant twins of Greek mythology, stand as one of the most iconic pairings in the ancient world. Apollo, the god of the sun, embodies the brilliance of daylight, while Artemis, his sister, reigns over the moon and the mysteries of the night. Together, they represent a perfect duality, light and darkness, day and night, warmth and coolness. Their connection goes beyond mere siblinghood. It's a cosmic balance that mirrors the rhythms of nature itself. Apollo, often depicted with a golden lyre or a bow, is not only the bringer of light but also a patron of music, prophecy, and healing. His presence is felt in the warmth of the sun, the clarity of truth, and the harmony of art. Artemis, on the other hand, is the protector of the wild, the huntress who roams forests under the silver glow of the moon. She embodies independence, intuition, and the untamed forces of nature. While Apollo illuminates the visible world, Artemis governs the unseen, the shadows, and the instincts that guide us in the dark. What makes their bond so intriguing is how their domains intertwine. Apollo's sun cannot exist without Artemis's moon. Day gives way to night, and night yields to day in an eternal dance. This interplay of opposites creates a harmony that sustains the natural order. Their connection is a reminder that balance isn't about one force dominating the other, but about coexistence and mutual respect. The stories of Apollo and Artemis also reveal their shared devotion to their mother, Leto. When Leto was pursued by the jealous Hera, it was Artemis who helped her find refuge and Apollo who later defended her honor. This loyalty to their mother underscores their unity even as their roles diverged. Their dual nature, Apollo's radiance and Artemis's mystery, reflects a deeper truth about the world. That light and darkness, while seemingly opposed, are two sides of the same coin. As we explore their myth, we begin to see how their story sets the stage for a recurring theme in mythology, the harmony of opposites. This idea will echo through the tales of other twins, reminding us that duality isn't a conflict to be resolved, but a balance to be celebrated. Apollo and Artemis, with their shared dominion over light and darkness, invite us to embrace the beauty of contrasts and the unity that lies within them. In the rich tapestry of Hindu mythology, few figures embody the delicate balance of existence as profoundly as Yama and Yami. Yama, the god of death, and Yami, the goddess of life, stand as twin forces representing the inevitable cycle that governs all living beings. Their story is not one of rivalry or division, but rather a profound reflection of harmony and interdependence. Yama, often depicted with a stern yet fair demeanor, oversees the passage of souls into the afterlife, ensuring order in the realm beyond. Yami, radiant and nurturing, symbolizes the vitality and continuity of life, reminding us of the Earth's endless capacity for renewal. Together, they form a duality that speaks to the very essence of existence, where life and death are not opposites, but two sides of the same cosmic coin. What makes their relationship so unique is the absence of conflict. Unlike many twin myths where rivalry or jealousy takes center stage, Yama and Yama's bond highlights cooperation and balance. Their roles are deeply intertwined. One cannot exist without the other. Death gives meaning to life, and life gives purpose to death. This eternal dance between them is a reminder that every ending is also a beginning, and every loss carries the seed of new growth. Their story invites us to see life and death not as adversaries, but as partners in the grand design of the universe. The connection between Yama and Yami also raises fascinating questions about duality itself. In many cultures, twins are often portrayed as opposites locked in struggle, but here we see a rare example of twins working in harmony to maintain cosmic order. This balance is not static, it's dynamic, ever-shifting, and essential for the natural world to function. Their relationship challenges us to rethink how we perceive opposites, showing that even the most seemingly contradictory forces can coexist in perfect unity. As we reflect on Yama and Yami's story, it's hard not to notice how it contrasts with other twin myths. While tales of twins often emphasize conflict, whether it's rivalry, betrayal, or competition, this Hindu narrative stands out for its emphasis on balance and mutual respect. It's a powerful reminder that harmony, though often overlooked, is just as compelling as discord. And as we move forward, this theme of balance will continue to echo in the stories of other mythological twins, each with their own unique lessons to teach. In the frost-kissed realms of Norse mythology, few figures embody the intricate dance of life's dualities quite like the twin deities Freyja and Freyja. Freyr, the radiant god of fertility, abundance, and prosperity, stands as a beacon of growth and renewal. His sister, Freyja, rules over the realms of love, beauty, and, intriguingly, the chaos of war. Together, they represent a fascinating interplay between creation and destruction, harmony and conflict, forces that are deeply intertwined in the fabric of existence. Freyr's domain is one of life-giving power. He is often associated with the harvest, the changing seasons, and the vitality that sustains both the natural world and human communities. Yet his story is not one of unending peace. Even in his role as a god of fertility, Freyr is connected to the cycles of sacrifice and renewal, reminding us that growth often comes at a cost. His most famous tale involves surrendering his magical sword, a symbol of his strength, in exchange for love, a decision that ultimately leaves him vulnerable in the final battle of Ragnarok. This act underscores the delicate balance between giving and receiving, between strength and vulnerability that defines his character. Freyja, on the other hand, is a goddess of contrast. She is the embodiment of love and desire, yet she also commands the Valkyries, leading fallen warriors to her hall in the afterlife. Her connection to war is not one of senseless violence but of transformation. Through conflict, new beginnings emerge. Freyja's dual nature reflects the idea that love and war are not opposites but two sides of the same coin. Passion, after all, can fuel both creation and destruction, and her stories often explore the fine line between these forces. The bond between Freyja and Freyja is more than just familial. It's symbolic of the interconnectedness of their realms. Fertility and conflict may seem like opposing forces, but in Norse mythology they are deeply linked. Freyja's blessings of abundance rely on the cycles of nature, which include both growth and decay. Similarly, Freyja's influence over war and love highlights how conflict can pave the way for renewal and how love can arise even in the midst of chaos. Their stories remind us that life's dualities are not meant to be separated but embraced as part of a greater whole. This interplay of opposites seen in Freyja and Freyja's tales is a recurring theme in mythology, a reflection of how ancient cultures understood the world. Balance, not dominance, was often seen as the key to harmony. The Norse myths, with their emphasis on cycles and interconnectedness, offer a profound perspective on the nature of existence. As we continue to explore the stories of mythological twins, we'll see how these themes of balance and interdependence echo across different cultures and traditions, revealing timeless truths about the human experience. In the rich tapestry of Egyptian mythology, few stories resonate as deeply as that of Isis and Osiris. These divine twins, far from embodying conflict or rivalry, represent something far more profound: the eternal cycle of life, death, and rebirth. Osiris, as the god of the afterlife, and Isis, the goddess of magic and healing, are not just siblings but partners in a cosmic dance that underscores the very essence of renewal. Their story is one of undying love, resilience, and the promise of resurrection, a narrative that has captivated hearts for millennia. At the heart of their tale lies Osiris's tragic death and dismemberment at the hands of his jealous brother Set. But it is Isis's unwavering devotion that brings him back piece by piece, using her magic to restore him to life. This act isn't just a feat of divine power, it's a testament to the strength of their bond. Their union symbolizes the interconnectedness of life and death, where endings are not final but gateways to new beginnings. The Egyptians saw this cycle reflected in the natural world: the annual flooding of the Nile, the rising and setting of the sun, and the changing of the seasons. Isis and Osiris became living embodiments of this eternal rhythm, a reminder that even in darkness there is hope for renewal. What sets their story apart from other twin myths is its emphasis on unity rather than division. While many twin narratives focus on rivalry or separation, think of Romulus and Remus or Cain and Abel. Isis and Osiris stand as a beacon of collaboration and mutual support. Their bond transcends the physical world, reaching into the realm of the divine and the eternal. It's a love story that defies death itself, offering a powerful message of resilience and continuity. In this way, their myth contrasts sharply with other tales of twins, where conflict often overshadows connection. Instead of division, Isis and Osiris teach us about the power of coming together, of healing and restoration. Their story isn't just about the afterlife, It's about the enduring nature of love and the promise that even in the face of loss, life finds a way to begin anew. As we move forward, we'll explore how other twin myths take a different path, one marked by rivalry, competition, and separation. But for now, the tale of Isis and Osiris reminds us that even in the face of darkness, there is always the possibility of light, and that love, in its purest form, has the power to transcend even death itself. Hunapu and Ex-Balanque, the hero twins of Mayan mythology, stand as one of the most captivating pairs in the world of twin lore. Their story, deeply rooted in the Popol Vuh, the sacred text of the Kayich Maya, takes us on a journey that is equal parts thrilling and profound. These twins weren't just siblings, they were destined to face the darkest corners of the underworld and emerge victorious, reshaping the world as we know it. Their tale is a testament to resilience, transformation, and the unbreakable bond between twins. The story begins with their father, Hunapu, a skilled ball player who met his demise in the underworld Xibalba after being lured there by the Lords of Death. Years later, Hunapu and Ex-Balanque, born to a mother who was magically impregnated by their father's spirit, embarked on a quest to avenge his death. Their journey wasn't just about revenge, though. It was a trial of wits, courage, and unity. Together, they faced a series of seemingly impossible challenges in Xibalba, from navigating dark, treacherous caves to surviving deadly tests designed to break their spirits. Yet, through their shared ingenuity and unyielding connection, they outsmarted the Lords of Death at every turn. What makes their story so compelling is the way their bond is tested and strengthened through adversity. Hunapu and Ex-Balanque weren't just fighting for themselves, they were fighting for each other. Their shared trials in the underworld symbolize the transformative power of partnership, how two individuals, united by blood and purpose, can overcome even the most insurmountable odds. In the end, they didn't just triumph over death, they transcended it, ascending to become celestial beings. Hunapu became the sun, and Ex-Balanque became the moon, forever illuminating the world with their light. The tale of Hunapu and Ex-Balanque resonates deeply because it reflects universal themes of resilience and transformation. Their journey reminds us that even in the face of darkness, there is the potential for renewal and rebirth. It also underscores the idea that twins, throughout mythology, often serve as agents of change, whether by challenging the status quo, reshaping the cosmos, or embodying the duality of life itself. Their story isn't just a myth, it's a timeless narrative about the power of unity and the enduring strength of the human spirit. From the divine intrigue of Greek mythology, we now turn to the story of Leda's twins, Helen and Clytemnestra, two sisters whose lives became legendary for their stark contrasts and the profound impact they had on the ancient world. Born to Leda, the queen of Sparta, and fathered by Zeus himself, these twins embody the duality of beauty and tragedy in ways that still captivate us today. Helen, often called the face that launched 1,000 ships, is remembered as the most beautiful woman in the world. Her abduction by Paris of Troy became the spark that ignited the Trojan War, a conflict that reshaped the ancient Mediterranean. But Helen's story is more than just a tale of beauty and desire. It's a reflection of how one person's fate can ripple across nations, leading to both glory and devastation. Clytemnestra, on the other hand, is often overshadowed by her sister's fame, but her story is no less compelling. While Helen's life was marked by external forces, Clytemnestra's was defined by her own choices. She became a queen in her own right, ruling Mycenae while her husband, Agamemnon, was away at war. However, her reign took a dark turn when she orchestrated his murder upon his return, a chilling act of vengeance for the sacrifice of their daughter, Iphigenia. Where Helen's tale is one of beauty and chaos, Clytemnestra's is one of power and retribution. Together, these twins represent the tension between fate and free will, beauty and brutality. Their lives were deeply intertwined, not just by blood but by the events that shaped them, the Trojan War being the most prominent. Yet, their paths diverged dramatically, showing how even those born of the same moment can be drawn into vastly different destinies. As we reflect on Helen and Clytemnestra, their story serves as a powerful reminder of how duality can define myth and reality alike. And it's this theme of interconnected yet contrasting fates that sets the stage for the next chapter in our exploration of mythological twins, those whose lives are bound together by forces beyond their control, yet who carve out their own unique legacies. Now, let's step into the ancient world of Vedic mythology, where the Ashvins, the divine twin gods, shine as embodiments of light, healing, and renewal. Known as the Horsemen of Dawn, these celestial twins are revered as saviors, riding across the sky in their golden chariot to bring the first light of day and dispel the darkness. Their very presence symbolizes the eternal cycle of night and day, destruction and rebirth, a duality that lies at the heart of their story. The Ashvins are often described as physicians of the gods, skilled in the art of healing and restoration. They are said to possess miraculous powers capable of curing ailments, reviving the dead, and even reversing the ravages of time. But their role isn't limited to physical healing. They also bring hope and renewal to those who call upon them. In one famous tale, they restore the youth and beauty of an aging sage wife, showcasing their ability to restore not just life but vitality itself. Yet, their connection to duality goes deeper. While they are healers, the Ashvins are also tied to the inevitability of change, which often requires the destruction of the old to make way for the new. This balance between creation and destruction, light and darkness, is a recurring theme in their myths. They are not just bringers of dawn, but also reminders that every end is a precursor to a new beginning. What makes the Ashvins particularly fascinating is their representation of harmony. Unlike many mythological twins who embody conflict or rivalry, the Ashvins work in perfect unison, their bond reflecting the balance they bring to the world. Their story is a testament to the idea that duality doesn't have to mean opposition. It can also mean partnership, complementing forces that together create a greater whole. As we consider the Ashvins' role in Vedic tradition, we see how their tale ties into the broader theme of twins as bringers of balance. Whether through healing or the cycle of renewal, the Ashvins remind us that light cannot exist without darkness, nor life without change. Their legacy invites us to reflect on the dualities within our own lives, how moments of struggle often lead to growth, and how even the darkest nights give way to dawn. And with this in mind, we're ready to explore another set of twins who embody a different kind of duality, one that challenges the very fabric of reality itself. Amphion and Zethus, the twin sons of Zeus and Antiope, stand as one of the most fascinating pairs in Greek mythology, not just for their divine parentage, but for the way their lives embody the perfect balance of opposites. While they shared the monumental task of building the legendary city of Thebes, their approaches couldn't have been more different. Amphion, gifted with a deep connection to the arts, was a master musician whose lyre could move stones and inspire the gods. Zethus, on the other hand, was a man of raw physical strength and practicality, relying on his brawn to shape the city's foundations. Together, they represent a duality that mirrors the harmony and tension found in so many mythological tales, creativity meeting strength, the ethereal meeting the earthly. What makes their story so compelling is how their differences didn't divide them, but instead made their partnership stronger. Amphion's music charmed the stones into place, while Zethus used his might to carve and lift them. Thebes, a city born from both art and labor, became a testament to their combined efforts. Yet their relationship wasn't without its struggles. their contrasting natures often led to disagreements, reflecting the eternal push and pull between the imaginative and the practical. This tension is what gives their myth its depth, showing that even in conflict, there's the potential for something extraordinary to emerge. Their story also raises an intriguing question: can one truly exist without the other? Amphion's music alone couldn't have built Thebes, just as Zethus's strength would have lacked direction without his brother's vision. It's a reminder that even in mythology, balance is key. Their tale sets the stage for other twin myths where complementary skills and personalities come together to create something greater than the sum of their parts. And as we'll see, this theme of duality and partnership echoes throughout the stories of twins across cultures, each offering a unique perspective on the mysterious connections that bind them. One of the most iconic pairs in mythology, Polydeuces and Castor, better known as the Gemini twins, have left an indelible mark not only in ancient stories but also in the night sky. These brothers, born to the same mother but different fathers, embody the fascinating duality of mortal and immortal existence. While Polydeuces was the son of Zeus, making him divine and immortal, Castor was the son of a mortal king, tying him to the human condition. This unique blend of mortality and immortality sets the stage for their enduring legacy, both in myth and in the stars. When you look up at the constellation Gemini, you're not just seeing a random arrangement of stars, you're gazing at a celestial representation of their bond. The two brightest stars in the constellation, Castor and Pollux, the Roman name for Polydeuces, symbolize their inseparable connection. This duality isn't just a poetic coincidence, it reflects the broader theme of twins in mythology as bridges between worlds. The Gemini twins, with their contrasting origins, serve as a reminder of the tension and harmony between the earthly and the divine. Their story is one of loyalty and sacrifice. When Castor was mortally wounded, Polydeuces, though immortal, was so devoted to his brother that he begged Zeus to share his immortality with him. Moved by their bond, Zeus granted them a shared existence, allowing them to alternate between the heavens and the underworld. This cyclical journey between life and death, light and darkness, mirrors the eternal dance of the stars themselves. It's a powerful metaphor for the balance of opposites, day and night, life and death, mortal and immortal, that defines so much of human experience. What's particularly intriguing is how their mythological roles align with their astrological significance. In astrology, Gemini is often associated with duality, adaptability, and communication. These traits echo the twins' ability to navigate both mortal and immortal realms, embodying the idea of two sides to every story. Their constellation, visible in the night sky, serves as a celestial reminder of their enduring connection and the timeless themes they represent. As we explore the Gemini twins, it's impossible not to see how their story ties into the broader tapestry of mythological twins as celestial symbols. Whether in the stars or in the myths, twins often serve as intermediaries between worlds, embodying the tension and unity of opposites. Polydeuces and Castor are no exception. Their tale is a testament to the power of connection, even across the boundaries of life and death, earth and sky. And as we move forward, we'll see how this theme of duality continues to weave its way through the stories of other famous twins, each adding their own unique thread to the cosmic narrative. In the rich tapestry of Maori mythology, the twins Tain and Tangaroa stand as powerful embodiments of nature's duality. Tain, the god of forests and birds, is often depicted as a creator and caretaker of the land, shaping the world with his hands and breathing life into its flora and fauna. His brother, Tangaroa, reigns over the vast oceans, ruling the tides and nurturing the creatures that dwell beneath the waves. Together, they represent the delicate balance between land and sea-two forces that are both separate and deeply interconnected. Their story is more than just a tale of sibling gods. It's a reflection of how the Maori people understood the natural world. Tane and Tangaroa's roles as guardians highlight the importance of harmony in nature. The forests and the oceans, though distinct, rely on each other to sustain life. This duality is echoed in their relationship, which is both cooperative and competitive. Legends tell of moments when their bond was tested, like when Tane's trees provided the wood for canoes, which Tangaroa then carried across his water. Yet, there were also times when their domains clashed, such as when storms from the sea battered the forests, or when rivers carved their way from the land into the ocean, blurring the lines between their realms. What makes their connection so compelling is how it mirrors the real-world interdependence of ecosystems. The Maori saw Tane and Tangaroa not just as gods, but as symbols of the natural order forces that needed to be respected and balanced. Their myths remind us that the land and water are not opposites, but partners in the cycle of life. As we step away from Tane and Tangaroa's story, it's impossible not to notice how their roles as stewards of nature set a precedent for other mythological twins. Across cultures, twins often embody contrasting yet complementary forces, working together to maintain the equilibrium of the world. This theme of duality and partnership will continue to emerge as we explore other legendary pairs, each with their own unique connection to the natural world. As we turn our attention to the Aztec pantheon, we encounter one of the most fascinating pairs of twins in mythology: Xolotl, the god of lightning and fire, and Quetzalcoatl, the feathered serpent, a deity of wisdom and creation. These two brothers embody a profound duality, reflecting the ever-present tension between chaos and order in the Aztec worldview. Xolotl, often depicted as a skeletal figure or a dog-like creature, represents the unpredictable forces of destruction and transformation. He's the one who guides the sun through the underworld at night, ensuring its rebirth at dawn, a cycle of death and renewal that mirrors the natural world. On the other hand, Quetzalcoatl, with his vibrant feathered serpent form, is a symbol of life, knowledge, and the creative power that brings order to the cosmos. Together, these twins form a dynamic partnership, balancing the forces that shape existence. What makes their relationship so intriguing is how deeply intertwined their roles are. Quetzalcoatl, the bringer of civilization, is said to have created humanity by descending into the underworld to retrieve the bones of the previous world. But he couldn't have done this without Xolotl, who accompanied him as a guide and protector. Here we see a perfect example of how twins often work in tandem, one representing creation, the other transformation, one embodying light, the other shadow. Yet their story isn't just about opposition. It's about collaboration, about how chaos and order are two sides of the same coin, each necessary for the other to exist. This duality is a recurring theme in Aztec mythology, where the universe is seen as a delicate balance of opposing forces. Xolotl and Quetzalcoatl, through their actions, remind us that destruction isn't inherently evil, it's a necessary step for renewal. Their tale invites us to reflect on the dualities in our own lives, the moments of chaos that lead to growth and the times of stability that allow us to flourish. As we explore their story, we're reminded of how twins across cultures often serve as agents of cosmic balance, embodying the interconnectedness of all things. And with that in mind, let's continue our journey into the world of mythological twins, where each pair reveals a new layer of this universal truth. In the heart of Yoruba mythology, we find the Ibeji, twin spirits revered not just as divine beings but as powerful protectors of children and symbols of fertility. These twin deities embody a fascinating duality, representing both the joy of life and the responsibility of safeguarding it. The Ibeji are more than just mythological figures. They are deeply woven into the cultural fabric of the Yoruba people, offering a glimpse into how twins are seen as sacred and extraordinary across many traditions. The Ibeji are said to be the children of Shango, the god of thunder, and Oya, the goddess of winds and storms. As twins, they carry a unique energy, balancing each other in ways that reflect the harmony and tension present in life itself. One twin is often associated with life and vitality, while the other represents protection and strength. Together, they form a perfect union, symbolizing the interconnectedness of creation and guardianship. This duality is central to their role as protectors, not just of children but of families and communities as a whole. What makes the Ibeji particularly intriguing is their connection to fertility. In Yoruba culture, twins are considered a blessing, a sign of divine favor. But with this blessing comes a sacred duty to honor their presence. If one twin passes away, families often commission a carved wooden figure, known as an Ibeji statue, to represent the deceased twin. These statues are cared for as if they were living children, dressed, fed, and celebrated alongside the surviving twin. This practice underscores the belief that the bond between twins transcends life and death, a connection that remains unbroken. The story of the Ibeji also reflects a broader theme found in twin myths around the world, the idea of twins as protectors. Just as the Ibeji watch over children, other twin figures in mythology often serve as guardians of their people, their lands, or even cosmic balance. Their tales remind us of the power of duality, how two forces, though different, can come together to create something greater than themselves. This theme of balance and protection sets the stage for exploring other twin myths, where the roles of guardianship and unity take center stage. Now, let's turn our attention to the frost-covered realms of Norse mythology, where vengeance and destiny intertwine in the story of Vidar and Vali, the twin sons of Odin. These brothers, though lesser known than some of their divine counterparts, play pivotal roles in the cataclysmic events of Ragnarok, the end of the world in Norse tradition. Vidar, the silent and stoic one, is often depicted as a figure of immense strength, while Vali, born with a singular purpose, embodies swift and relentless action. Together, they represent two sides of the same coin, the quiet, enduring force and the immediate, unyielding strike. What makes Vidar and Vali so fascinating is their shared mission, to avenge their father, Odin, after his death at the jaws of the monstrous wolf Fenrir. Yet, their paths to achieving this goal couldn't be more different. Vidar, known as the Silent God, is said to confront Fenrir with nothing but his bare hands and a specially crafted shoe, using patience and precision to exact his revenge. In contrast, Vali's story is one of urgency. Born specifically to avenge Odin's death, he grows to adulthood in a single day, slaying Hodder, the unwitting murderer of Odin's other son, Balder. This duality, Vidar's measured resolve and Vali's swift execution, highlights the complex nature of vengeance, where justice can take on many forms. Their stories also reflect a deeper theme within Norse mythology, the inevitability of fate. Vidar and Vali are not just avengers, they are fulfillers of prophecy, destined to play their parts in the grand tapestry of Ragnarok. This connection to destiny ties them together in a way that goes beyond mere familial bonds. They are bound by a shared purpose, yet their methods reveal the multifaceted nature of retribution. Is vengeance an act of justice, or is it a force of nature as unstoppable as the turning of the seasons? The tales of Vidar and Vali invite us to ponder these questions, offering no easy answers. As we reflect on their story, it's impossible not to see how Vidar and Vali fit into the broader theme of twins as agents of retribution. From the Greek Dioscuri to the Hindu Ashvins, twins often embody balance and opposition, working together to restore order or mete out justice. Vidar and Vali, with their contrasting approaches, remind us that retribution is rarely straightforward. It can be slow and deliberate or swift and unrelenting, but it is always deeply intertwined with the threads of fate. And with that, we move closer to the heart of what makes mythological twins so compelling: their ability to embody both unity and duality in their quest for justice. Now, let's turn our attention to one of the most striking pairs of twins in Greek mythology, Heracles and Iphicles. Born to the same mother, Alcmene, their lives couldn't have been more different. Heracles, the son of Zeus, was destined for greatness as a demigod, renowned for his incredible strength and heroic exploits. His name alone evokes images of impossible labors and epic battles. But his twin brother, Iphicles, was fully mortal, the son of Alcmene's human husband, Amphitryon. Despite sharing the same womb, their fates were as divergent as the paths of gods and men. What makes their story so fascinating is the way it explores the duality of strength and vulnerability. Heracles, though blessed with divine power, faced immense suffering throughout his life, driven to madness by Hera, burdened with impossible tasks and haunted by his own mistakes. His strength was both a gift and a curse. On the other hand, Iphicles, though mortal, lived a quieter life, free from the weight of divine expectation. Yet he was not without his own struggles, living in the shadow of his extraordinary brother. Their contrasting lives remind us that power and vulnerability often walk hand in hand. This tale of twins with unequal destinies is a recurring theme in mythology, reflecting the complexities of human experience. The story of Heracles and Iphicles sets the stage for other myths where twins are divided by fate, one destined for greatness and the other for obscurity or even tragedy. It's a reminder that even those who share the closest bonds can be shaped by forces beyond their control, leading to vastly different outcomes. As we move forward, we'll see how this theme echoes in other cultures and their twin myths, each with its own unique spin on the balance of power and fragility. In the heart of ancient Egyptian mythology, we find the enigmatic twins Shu and Tefnut, whose intertwined existence shaped the very fabric of the world. Shu, the god of air, and Tefnut, the goddess of moisture, were more than just siblings. They were cosmic forces, embodying the duality of dryness and wetness that sustained life itself. Born from the breath of autumn, the creator god, these twins represented the first act of separation, marking the beginning of creation as they emerged from the primordial chaos. Shu's domain, the air, was the invisible yet vital force that filled the void, while Tefnut's moisture brought the first drops of life-giving water, setting the stage for the world to flourish. Their relationship wasn't just symbolic, it was deeply functional. Shu and Tefnut worked in harmony, their powers balancing each other to maintain the equilibrium of the natural world. Without air, moisture would stagnate. Without moisture, air would grow barren. This interplay of opposites, dryness and wetness, wasn't just a reflection of their divine roles, but also a metaphor for the delicate balance required in all aspects of existence. Their story is a reminder that creation often arises from the tension between opposing forces, and that duality itself can be a source of harmony rather than conflict. What makes Shu and Tefnut particularly fascinating is how their tale extends beyond their immediate roles. They were the parents of Geb, the earth, and Nut, the sky, further solidifying their place as foundational figures in Egyptian cosmology. Through their offspring, they laid the groundwork for the physical world, connecting their elemental duality to the broader cycles of nature. Their story isn't just about creation, it's about connection, interdependence, and the idea that even the most seemingly opposite forces are part of a greater whole. This duality of Shu and Tefnut mirrors a recurring theme in mythological twins across cultures. The idea that twins often represent complementary forces, whether it's light and dark, chaos and order, or in this case, air and moisture. Their tale invites us to consider how opposites can coexist, even thrive when they're in balance. And as we move forward, this concept of twins as elemental forces will continue to echo through the stories we explore, revealing just how deeply intertwined these mythical pairs are with the very essence of the world they inhabit. The Ashwini Kumaras, often referred to as the Ashvins, are among the most fascinating figures in Hindu mythology. These divine twins are celebrated not just for their radiant beauty, but for their unparalleled skills as celestial physicians. Known as the harbingers of dawn, they ride across the sky in a golden chariot, bringing light and healing wherever they go. Their very existence embodies the balance between darkness and light, sickness and health, a duality that resonates deeply in their stories. What makes the Ashvins truly unique is their mysterious connection through their healing powers. They are said to possess the ability to cure even the most incurable ailments, often using herbs, mantras, and rituals. Their association with dawn is no coincidence. Just as the dawn dispels the darkness of night, the Ashvins are believed to dispel the darkness of disease and suffering. This connection to the dawn also symbolizes renewal and hope, themes that are central to their role as divine healers. Their stories often reflect the interplay between illness and health, life and death. In one famous tale, they are said to have restored the youth of an elderly sage, while in another, they healed a king's blindness. These acts of healing are not just physical but also spiritual, emphasizing the idea that health is a state of harmony between the body and the soul. The Ashvins remind us that healing is not just about curing ailments, but about restoring balance and wholeness. As we explore the Ashwini Kumaras, it's impossible not to notice how their tale sets the stage for other myths of twins as healers. Their legacy of duality, light and dark, sickness and health echoes in the stories of other divine twins across cultures, each with their own mysterious connections to the forces of life and renewal. Their story is a testament to the enduring power of myth to explore the complexities of existence, offering insights that remain relevant even today. The Ashvins' role as celestial physicians is more than just a mythological trope. It's a reflection of humanity's timeless quest for healing and understanding. And as we move forward, their story invites us to consider how other twin myths continue to explore these profound themes. Now, let's shift our focus to the Greek twins Phobos and Deimos, whose names alone evoke a sense of unease. These two figures, personifying fear and terror, stand as striking examples of how mythology often uses twins to represent opposing or complementary forces. As the sons of Ares, the god of war, Phobos and Deimos were not just bystanders, they were integral to the chaos of battle, riding alongside their father to sow panic and dread among his enemies. Their presence on the battlefield was said to be so overwhelming that even the bravest warriors would falter under their influence. But what's fascinating here is how their roles reflect a deeper duality within human emotions. Fear and terror, after all, are not just feelings, they're forces that can paralyze or propel, destroy or define. Phobos, whose name translates to fear, and Deimos, meaning terror, were more than just personifications of abstract concepts. They were the physical manifestations of the emotions that every soldier faced in the heat of war. Yet, their connection to Ares adds another layer of intrigue. Ares, the embodiment of raw, unbridled aggression, relied on his sons to amplify the psychological toll of combat. In a way, Phobos and Deimos served as extensions of their father's power, reminding us that war is as much a battle of the mind as it is of the body. This relationship between the god of war and his twin sons underscores the inseparable link between courage and fear, how one cannot exist without the other. What makes their story so compelling is the way it mirrors the human experience. Fear and terror are universal emotions, but they're also deeply personal. For some, these feelings are obstacles to overcome. For others, they're catalysts for action. Phobos and Deimos, in their roles as twin embodiments of these emotions, remind us that fear isn't inherently negative, it's a natural response to danger, a survival mechanism that has shaped human history. Their tale invites us to reflect on how we confront fear in our own lives, whether we let it control us or use it as a stepping stone to courage. As we explore the stories of mythological twins, Phobos and Deimos stand out as powerful symbols of the emotional spectrum. Their connection to Ares, their roles in warfare, and their representation of fear and terror all tie into the broader theme of twins as embodiments of human emotions. From the battlefield to the depths of the human psyche, their story is a reminder that even the most daunting emotions have a place in the tapestry of our lives. And as we move forward, we'll see how this theme resonates in even more fascinating ways across cultures and mythologies. Thor, the mighty god of thunder, is a name that echoes through the halls of Norse mythology, but his legacy doesn't end with him. Enter Magni and Modi, his twin sons, whose very names mean strength and wrath. These brothers are more than just heirs to Thor's hammer. They embody a fascinating duality that reflects the essence of Norse ideals. Magni, whose name signifies raw power, is said to have inherited his father's immense physical strength, while Modi, whose name evokes fierce determination, carries the spirit of Thor's unyielding will. Together, they represent the balance of force and resolve, a perfect pairing that ensures their father's legacy endures even after the cataclysmic events of Ragnarok. But what makes Magni and Modi so intriguing is not just their connection to Thor, but the way they symbolize the passing of the torch from one generation to the next. In Norse mythology, Ragnarok is the end of the world as we know it, yet it's also a new beginning. After the chaos subsides, Magni and Modi are among the few survivors, destined to inherit their father's hammer, Mjolnir, and carry forward the ideals of strength, bravery, and protection. This idea of twins as successors is a recurring theme across many mythologies, where they often serve as bridges between the old and the new, preserving the past while shaping the future. Magni and Modi's story also highlights the duality inherent in strength itself. Strength isn't just about physical power, it's about resilience, courage, and the ability to rise again after defeat. Magni's sheer might and Modi's fiery determination together create a complete picture of what it means to be a hero in the Norse tradition. Their tale invites us to think about how we, too, inherit qualities from those who came before us, whether it's a family legacy, cultural traditions, or even personal values. As we reflect on Magni and Modi, their story sets the stage for other myths of twins as successors. From the Greek Dioscuri to the Hindu Ashvini twins, the idea of twins carrying forward a legacy is a powerful and universal theme. It speaks to our shared understanding of continuity, balance, and the enduring nature of what we pass on to the next generation. So, as we move forward, let's keep this theme in mind. Twins aren't just mirrors of each other. They're often the keepers of stories, traditions, and futures that stretch far beyond themselves. In the realm of Greek mythology, love is rarely a simple affair. It's a force that binds, burns, and balances. Enter Eros and Anteros, twin deities who embody this duality in the most fascinating way. Eros, the god of love and desire, is often depicted as a mischievous figure armed with his bow and arrows, capable of stirring hearts and sparking passion. But his twin, Anteros, the god of requited love, plays a role equally vital yet far less celebrated. While Eros ignites the flames of attraction, Anteros ensures those flames are mutual, fostering the balance between giving and receiving love. Together, they represent the two sides of the same coin, the raw intensity of desire and the quiet fulfillment of reciprocity. Their connection runs deeper than mere symbolism. In myths, Anteros is often portrayed as the avenger of unrequited love, stepping in when Eros's arrows fail to strike both hearts equally. This dynamic paints them as cosmic counterparts, eternally intertwined in their mission to maintain harmony in matters of the heart. Their story isn't just about romance, it's a reflection of the human experience where passion must be met with understanding and desire with mutual respect. Through their duality, they teach us that love, in its truest form, is not a one-sided affair but a delicate dance between two souls. What makes Eros and Anteros especially intriguing is how their tale mirrors the broader theme of twins in mythology as symbols of balance and duality. Whether it's light and dark, creation and destruction, or love and its counterpart, twins often embody the tension and harmony between opposing forces. In this case, the twins of love remind us that even the most powerful emotions require equilibrium to thrive. As we move forward, this theme of balance will continue to resonate, revealing how mythological twins often serve as mirrors to the complexities of human nature and the forces that shape our lives. Now, let's turn our attention to the Aztec twins, Tezcatlipoca and Quetzalcoatl, whose story is a powerful exploration of duality and balance. These two figures are often seen as opposing forces, yet their connection runs far deeper than mere rivalry. Tezcatlipoca, the god of night, sorcery, and chaos, stands in stark contrast to Quetzalcoatl, the feathered serpent deity associated with light, wisdom, and creation. Together, they embody the eternal struggle between darkness and light, destruction and renewal. What makes their relationship so fascinating is how intertwined they are. In Aztec mythology, their stories are filled with moments of conflict and cooperation, as if they cannot exist without one another. Tezcatlipoca's cunning and shadowy influence often disrupt the order Quetzalcoatl seeks to establish, yet it's through this tension that the world is shaped and reshaped. Their battles are not just personal, they are cosmic, reflecting the natural cycles of life, day and night, creation and destruction, growth and decay. This duality is central to their myth. Tezcatlipoca's role as a trickster and agent of change forces Quetzalcoatl to adapt, innovate, and evolve. Without Tezcatlipoca's chaos, Quetzalcoatl's light would lack meaning. And without Quetzalcoatl's order, Tezcatlipoca's darkness would overwhelm the world. Their interdependence highlights a profound truth about existence. Opposites are not just in conflict, they are essential to one another. The Aztec twins' tale doesn't just reflect the duality of light and darkness. It also sets the stage for countless other myths where twins represent eternal rivals. From the Greek Apollo and Artemis to the Norse Freyr and Freyja, the theme of twins as opposing yet interconnected forces appears again and again. But Tezcatlipoca and Quetzalcoatl take this concept to a cosmic level, reminding us that even in the vastness of the universe, balance is everything. As we prepare to explore more stories of twins as eternal rivals, the Aztec twins leave us with a thought-provoking question: can light truly exist without darkness? Their myth suggests that the answer is no, that the two are forever bound, shaping the world together. This interplay of opposites is not just a theme in mythology, it's a reflection of life itself. In the realm of Greek mythology, few pairs embody the profound balance between life cycles as strikingly as Hypnos and Thanatos. These twin brothers, born to Nyx, the primordial goddess of night, represent two of the most fundamental aspects of existence: sleep and death. Hypnos, the god of sleep, is often depicted as a gentle figure, cloaked in soft darkness, carrying a poppy or a horn filled with calming elixir. His presence brings rest, a temporary escape from the trials of life, a necessary pause before the dawn of a new day. Thanatos, on the other hand, is the personification of death itself, a figure often portrayed as somber and inevitable, yet not inherently cruel. His role is to guide souls to the afterlife, marking the final transition from the mortal world to the eternal. What makes their connection so compelling is how their domains intertwine. Sleep and death are often seen as two sides of the same coin. Both are states of rest, one temporary and the other permanent. In ancient Greek thought, Hypnos and Thanatos were considered guardians of life's transitions, overseeing the moments when life either pauses or concludes. This duality reflects a universal truth that rest and finality are not opposites but part of the same natural order. Hypnos brings the gentle reprieve of slumber, while Thanatos offers the ultimate release from suffering. Together, they remind us of the delicate balance between renewal and finality, a theme that resonates deeply across cultures and time. Their stories also reveal how intertwined they were in the lives of mortals and gods alike. In one myth, Hypnos aids Hera by lulling Zeus into a deep sleep, allowing her to intervene in the Trojan War without his interference. Meanwhile, Thanatos is often portrayed as an impartial figure, carrying out his duties without malice or favoritism. Yet, even he could be outwitted, as seen in the tale of Sisyphus, who managed to trick Thanatos and temporarily escape death, a reminder that even the inevitable can be delayed but never entirely avoided. The tales of Hypnos and Thanatos invite us to reflect on the nature of transitions in our own lives. They remind us that every ending is also a beginning, and every rest is a preparation for what comes next. As we continue exploring the stories of mythological twins, their narrative stands out as a powerful metaphor for the cycles of life cycles that are as mysterious as they are universal. Among the many fascinating pairs of twins in mythology, few embody the balance of skill and devotion as profoundly as Nakula and Sahadeva from the Hindu epic, the Mahabharata. Born to different mothers but united in purpose, these twin brothers were renowned not only for their exceptional talents, but also for their unwavering loyalty to their family and cause. Nakula, the fourth Pandava brother, was celebrated as a master of swordsmanship and horsemanship, while Sahadeva, the youngest, was revered for his wisdom and unparalleled knowledge of astrology and warfare. Together, they formed a perfect blend of physical prowess and intellectual brilliance, making them indispensable to the Pandavas' quest for justice. What makes their connection truly mysterious is how their individual strengths complemented each other, creating a synergy that elevated their roles as warriors and strategists. Nakula's agility and combat skills were often paired with Sahadeva's foresight and tactical genius, showcasing how their duality allowed them to overcome challenges that might have seemed insurmountable alone. This dynamic reflects a recurring theme in mythology: twins who, though distinct in their abilities, achieve greatness through their bond. Their story also highlights the idea of devotion both to their family and to their principles. Despite the chaos and moral dilemmas of the Kurukshetra war, Nakula and Sahadeva remained steadfast, embodying the virtues of duty and loyalty. This duality of skill and devotion is what makes their tale so compelling. It's a reminder that true strength lies not just in individual talent, but in the ability to unite those talents for a greater purpose. As we reflect on Nakula and Sahadeva's legacy, it's clear that their story sets the stage for many other myths where twins serve as loyal companions, balancing each other's strengths and weaknesses. This theme of duality, so beautifully captured in their tale, resonates across cultures and time, offering timeless lessons about unity, loyalty, and the power of partnership. Moving from the celestial to the cultural, let's take another look at Castor and Pollux, the divine twins known as the Dioscuri. While their story is rooted in Greek mythology, their legacy stretches far beyond ancient tales, leaving an indelible mark on art, culture, and even astronomy. These twins, one mortal and one immortal, embody a fascinating duality not just in their origins, but in how they've been interpreted across time. Their connection is more than just a bond of brotherhood. It's a symbol of harmony between opposing forces, a theme that resonates deeply in human creativity and imagination. In art, the Dioscuri have been immortalized in countless forms, from ancient sculptures to Renaissance paintings. They often appear side by side, their figures mirroring one another, capturing the essence of duality. In Rome, they were revered as protectors of the city, and their iconic statues still stand in the Piazza del Quirinale, a testament to their enduring influence. But it's not just in physical art where their presence is felt. Their story has inspired poets, playwrights, and musicians who have used their myth to explore themes of loyalty, sacrifice, and the eternal struggle between life and death. Their influence even extends to the stars. The constellation Gemini, representing the twins, is one of the most recognizable in the night sky. For ancient sailors, the appearance of the Gemini stars was a sign of good fortune, believed to calm storms and guide ships safely home. This celestial connection ties their myth to the natural world, blending the divine with the earthly in a way that feels both mystical and relatable. What makes Castor and Pollux so compelling is how their story reflects the duality that exists in all of us: light and dark, mortal and immortal, strength and vulnerability. They remind us that myths aren't just ancient stories, they're mirrors of human experience, timeless in their relevance. As we explore their enduring legacy, we're reminded of the power of twins as symbols, not just in mythology, but as a universal metaphor for balance, connection, and the mysteries that bind us all. As we come to the end of our journey through the world of mythological twins, it's impossible not to be struck by the recurring themes that weave through these timeless stories. Duality, balance, and mystery are not just elements of these myths, they are reflections of the human experience itself. From the cosmic dance of light and darkness in the tales of the Ashvins to the tragic yet profound bond of Romulus and Remus, these stories remind us of the delicate equilibrium that defines life. The idea of twins, two beings born from the same origin yet often destined for different paths, serves as a powerful metaphor for the contradictions and harmonies that shape our existence. What's truly fascinating is how these myths transcend time and culture. Whether it's the Yoruba tradition of Ibeji, the Greek legends of Apollo and Artemis, or the Norse tales of the divine twins Freyja and Freyja, the concept of twinship appears again and again, each story offering a unique lens through which to view the world. These myths aren't just ancient tales, they are mirrors held up to humanity, showing us our struggles, our hopes, and our eternal search for meaning. So, what do these twin myths reveal about humanity's understanding of itself? Is it the recognition that life is a balance of opposites, light and shadow, creation and destruction, love and rivalry? Or is it the acknowledgement that every story, no matter how ancient, still holds a piece of truth for us today? These myths invite us to reflect on our own lives, our relationships, and the dualities we navigate every day. Before we close, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Which twin myth resonated with you the most, and why? Share your reflections in the comments below, and let's continue this conversation. If you're hungry for more stories from the world of mythology, don't forget to explore our other videos. There's always another tale waiting to be discovered. As we wrap up, let's leave you with this thought from the Greek philosopher Heraclitus. Out of discord comes the fairest harmony. Perhaps that's the ultimate lesson of these twin myths, that even in the most profound conflicts and contrasts, there is beauty, balance, and a deeper understanding of who we are. Thank you for joining me on this exploration, and I can't wait to see where our next myth will take us.